Okay, so for day 6, I said I was going to just talk about a couple of statements that I would recommend, at least when it comes to gratitude. So the first one is, why am I so grateful? So that already goes in with the assumption that you're grateful, and you just keep repeating that, maybe 10 minutes at a time, or while you're doing different activities throughout your day, or you could challenge yourself to do it for like a week and see what happens. Because when you say, why am I so grateful, reality is going to show you something to be grateful for. But since you weren't really vibrating that energy, it couldn't give you things, because you can't be frustrated that you don't have what you want and be grateful at the same time. Like, you can't have fulfillment and non-fulfillment at the same time. So yeah, I would recommend, why am I so grateful, to start. And then, I remember when. Well, that is really just kind of using that statement as in the past tense to say, like, you've overcome whatever the situation was. So I remember when I was struggling to make money, I was struggling to get all my desires and change my life. And now I'm living the best life that I could possibly imagine, and I'm doing better than ever. So you could use that to kind of put yourself in the place where whatever is happening now is already done and taken care of. So it's really just a memory. And you keep replaying that as the new story, as if you overcome it already. And eventually it has to line up with what you've been saying and resolve itself. So I am grateful because. So that one, sometimes you're not going to feel it, but you could just say, I'm grateful because I overcame the situation. I'm grateful because I don't have any problems anymore. I'm grateful because I have everything that I want. I'm grateful because, I learned from the situation and it no longer has a hold over me. Like, you just go on a rampage. You don't have to feel it, but I guarantee you do that for like 10, 15 minutes straight, and you'll definitely feel something emotionally, especially when you're being genuine and real about the things that you're bringing up. Because if you have resistance about something and you neutralize it with being grateful for it, then that takes away the resistance that you had, and then it also starts to allow the situation to work for you instead of being against you. Or, thank you for showing me. So this is kind of like talking to the universe to be like, thank you for showing me I have what I want. Thank you for showing me that I'm confident and everything's working out for me. Thank you for showing me that I have my dream body. Thank you for showing me I never have to worry about money ever again. It's like, if you don't feel comfortable trusting and believing in yourself, you can put it out there to your higher self, to whatever you believe in, and allow it to work for you. Even though it's still you at the end of the day, some people still have a easier time believing in something outside of themselves than to say, oh, I'm the one doing it. So I would definitely recommend that too, if you don't feel that confident. And yeah, you just keep repeating that, like the other statements, just rampage it. And I guarantee, like, I can't give you a time because everybody's situation is different. But if you really stay focused and you decide that you're not putting up with the struggle anymore, then it has to work out for you. So yeah, after that, I really just had having general awareness on gratitude. So you could even just pick the word gratitude as something like I don't want to say a trigger, but it could be a positive trigger. Like, if you could really capture the feeling of being grateful for something, or even think about something that you received in the past, or maybe somebody gave you a gift that was meaningful, and just go back to that and focus on the feeling of gratitude that you had in that moment. And then when you say the word gratitude, just associate it with that feeling and that sensation. And I think if you definitely take the time to practice just focusing on how that feels in your body, just being neutral, probably feeling like love and appreciation, even if you spend a few minutes a day in that space of having your awareness of gratitude, that's still just as powerful as any other technique, and it's just as powerful to bring any of your desires in. But what I really wanted to say is that, like I said before in the first video, I think Gratitude isn't a requirement. It's not something that you have to do. I'm just recommending it as a way of focusing on the feeling of fulfillment. If you're not used to being in that state or being in a state of contentment, then it's going to take some practice for you. But I feel like that's one of the easier ways to really feel a difference between having resistance to the things that you want and being fulfilled and content and not having to worry about anything. So it's literally the opposite of what you've probably been used to doing. But if you're serious enough about making changes in your life and you're ready to stop putting up with things that you don't want anymore, then you'll do what it takes. Like feeling gratitude for 5 minutes a day or a couple times a day is not going to hurt you. It's just what you do between those times that count. Because if you do a gratitude practice every day, finding things to be grateful for, and then when you're not in the practice, you're there complaining or going back to your old ways of thinking, it's almost like, what was the point of that? So it's really just about completely dissolving the need for complaining, being dissatisfied, because you're turning into a life of being satisfied at all times. Like, that is possible, to be in a life of contentment and satisfaction no matter what. Even if things look bad, you know they'll turn around, or you find a way to be grateful for it. So I would definitely recommend at least putting some thought behind it. If you've really been down or upset and that's been like your habit, you should really think about just trying to shift it for like a week or two, and you'll notice a huge difference from being in like a sad, upset mood to genuinely finding things to be grateful for, or even being grateful for the sadness, because it helped you see that's not who you are and decide that you want to change and be happy and do something about it, even if that means changing your mindset first and then allowing everything to follow after. But yeah, I think that covers all the points that I had. I'm starting to get hungry now because I did all of these back to back. So I think what I'm going to do is go find something to eat and then think about some tours to go on. So you guys can stay tuned for the full Greece vlog. I did half of it because I'm going to include like the footage from the beach, and I already kind of started editing it, but I still have to do some type of monuments or maybe a bus tour. But I got the pamphlets, so I'm going to go look at those and find something to eat and probably pass out because I really haven't slept. And then tomorrow I'm gonna record the rest of it when I do the tour. But yeah, look at this. Listen to the sound of the ocean. I'm gonna just let y'all sit with me for a minute. So peaceful, right? Okay, if you want more of that, I'll try to add more of those clips in the vlog from the trip. But for now, that's the end of the series. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful that all of you learned something or saw something from this that gave you an opportunity to be more grateful than you already are. And just sending more blessings and opportunities your way. And I'm grateful for you guys to be aware now, to see it and be open to the possibilities. And I'm grateful that my channel is going to keep growing, and all of you are here to see it with your own eyes. So I'll definitely be looking back on these videos and seeing where I started from. So at least this will be a moment to remember. But I'll see you guys later. Stay tuned. I got more videos to come. And as always, thank you guys for being here.